Welcome to Cranky Live Sports Talk, where passion meets action.
Hey sports fans, I am Cranky, and this is the Cranky Live Sports Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into the hottest topics, the biggest games, and the most controversial moments in sports.
Whether it's football, basketball, track and field, cricket, or soccer, we've got you covered with expert analysis, insider interviews, and unfiltered opinions.
Join me as I chat with the biggest names in sports, get exclusive insights and stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Cranky Live Sports Talk is where you can hear the real talk, the hard-hitting questions, and the hottest takes.
So, if you're a true sports fanatic, you don't want to miss out? Subscribe now to the Cranky Live Sports Talk on YouTube and hit that bell icon to never miss an episode.
Cranky Live Sports Talk, where sports come alive. Subscribe today.
Buenas noches. If you're just joining the Cranky Live Sports Talk, we're here to watch some basketball. As I have promised, I'll be doing more of this actually. I do a lot of reggae boy stuff, EPL stuff, but I do have other loves, other games, other sports that I think I'm on. Well, I wouldn't call myself an aficionado, but I think I'm pretty familiar with. And I intend to enjoy with you actually. So if you come in, hit the like button. If you're a basketball fan, let's do this. And as you know how I am, we're going to be talking about different things that may have nothing to do with basketball. But they're just about maybe life in general or sports in general. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. Knicks playing Charlotte tonight. Should be a good game. I don't know if LaMelo is going to be playing. He's had a stellar season. I think Miller is going to be playing. But I know he's had a lot of injuries. The Miller brothers actually have had a lot of injuries actually, which is interesting. One of those things are like genetic or just happen chance. Because he's been scoring a lot this season and getting assists too. He's playing like a NBA All-Star, not just a Eastern Conference, one of the better players, but just in general, shooting the three when going to the basket. And he's always good at bringing his teammates into the game. So let me know what your thoughts are as we go through talking basketball tonight. I appreciate you've been here. I should set up if you guys want to call in too. The game starts at 7:30. Normally about 7:35, 7:40, because even though it's a 7:30 kickoff, it doesn't really commence at 7:30. But it should be a good game. Looking forward to it. The Knicks are playing better, people. Much better than, well, I wouldn't say much better. We expect them to do well this season because they went out and made two really big trades. Carl Anthony Towns, we gave up Randall, we gave Zinchenko. Big decisions on the Knicks part. We also gave up a good draft pick, actually. I think it was Chicago. It might have been Detroit's pick. Because we pulled and accumulated a bunch of draft picks, actually, for the whole purpose of utilizing those picks to get quality players to allow us to compete for a title. As you know, the Knicks haven't won a title since 1973. Many of you probably weren't born then. It's a long, long time ago. Sir Mike is always a contrarian, so he's going to go with Hornets for the win, of course. Well, what else would you do? Best of jargons, my fellow Fortis brother. Sir Mike, where did you go to school in Jamaica? If you went to school, because you're such a contrarian, you probably have your own school. I'm curious if you went to school in Jamaica, actually. And I don't want my fellow alumni from Russie's give me a hard time, so I did go to Russie's also. So, because some people are going to be like, "Hey, Cranky, I heard you talk about your Fortis, and give Russie's no credit." So, I know Russie's is building a facility down there. They're looking for donation contributions. So, if you have any, please do so. The Knicks are what? The Knicks are 13-8, 8-2 in their last 10. I think they were 4-5 at one point. So they're improving. They're getting better. Jargons is a fan, is a Cavs fans. You mean like how you guys spank us the last time we played you? Is that how it works? In Jargons in the playoff? Remember the last time we played? I think you were favored, And Randolph wasn't playing well in the playoffs. And Towns had a very inconsistent playoff last year. But Randall always disappears. Last year he got injured, but the year before he got, what is it? 2 years before that he got killed by Milwaukee, and then the next year he didn't play well. Last year he got injured. So I think the Randall trade was a good trade, given that he was a favorable contract. He's making $30 million a year, but he was also going to go into an option year, I think it is. And I think it was a good trade. Towns has been a revelation, frankly, people. I didn't know he was this good, seriously. I know he's a good player, number one pick, coming out of Kentucky, but I didn't know he was this good. He's a very good player. And here's what he does, people don't realize. Because Brunson likes to go to the basket. He pulls the center away because he shoots the three. It's a different ball game. You got Warriors to do what? You think this is that's that movie? The Warriors come out and play in the New York subway. Must be talking about Warriors not winning a championship. They don't have enough pieces. They don't have enough size to win a championship. They play well, but they don't have the size in the middle. Draymond Green is too small. Even as a brilliant defender, they don't have any rim protector. And when it comes to playoff time, you need both rim protectors and people can shoot. They have the shooters. They don't have rim protectors. I think Oklahoma out there is going to be good with Arkenstein joining them. That's what they had last year. They were missing that big in the middle, so they're good. Dallas would be good also. Ivy will get better. Kyrie and Luka will do what they do, so they're going to be better. Minnesota has regressed. I don't think the Randall trade has helped them. Because we don't realize that Rudy Gobert is only a defensive player. He's not good offensively. And Towns allowed them to match up well, even though I didn't realize Towns could play the power forward this well. And he's not the best defender. What surprised me about Towns is rebounding has been phenomenal, actually. I think he's second in NBA's rebounding, about 13 a game. Jargon Samir. So you live in Cleveland, Ohio? There's a lot of Jamaicans in Ohio, people. A lot of Jamaicans in Ohio. I didn't really realize that, but a lot of Jamaicans in Ohio. The Timberwolves are good. They have a good roster, but they're not playing well. Maybe they're like the Knicks, because the Knicks started out poorly and are not doing better. Brunson wasn't shooting well in the outset. Bridges was awful. Towns was good. Anunoby was good, but inconsistent. And the bench wasn't what it is to be. And now it's getting better. It's getting better. Much, much better, actually. Much better. I'm very encouraged by the Knicks. The first game we played of the season, we got destroyed, literally, by Boston. Now, if you took that game as any judge of anything, because it was the first game of the season, you would say this won't work out well. But we have improved since then. Cameron Payne is playing well. McBride off the bench playing well. Sims protecting the rim. In fact, when Sims is in the game, the opposition score much less in the paint than they normally do, because Towns is not the best defender, but he's a great rebounder. So I think the Knicks will beat the Knicks will beat the Cavs. Come on, Cavs started out hot. What 13, 14, 15 and all, whatever it is, but they cooled off. Look, playoffs are different basketball, people. Playoff, the game gets slowed down. Playoffs is much more about the players who are good at what they do stand out in the playoffs. You can run amok in the regular season, but when people start locking up in the playoffs and people buckle down, then the studs come out. Those people are differentiators come out. And some people disappear in the playoffs and some evolve and really show what their metal is. So, yeah. I think the Knicks will – the Celtics is going to be tough. The Celtics have, to me, 5 All-Stars, right? They're going to be tough to beat. But I think we'll beat the Cavs. I don't think the Cavs are going to be a problem. People think about this, people. Achua and Robinson are not in the team. So when Robinson comes back and we put him at the 5 and we put Towns at the 4, it's a different basketball game. We have a rim protector. We have a 4 that can shoot the 3. We have Brunson going to the basket, Robinson rebounding, Towns rebounding. We're going to have what Minnesota had last year, except in this case, I think Robinson to me is not good offensively, but defensively he's stellar, and he's a better offensive rebound than Gobert, who's a better defender. So it should be interesting. Sir Mike is no, it may be Celtics, but it's not going to be Minnesota. I think it's going to be Oklahoma actually. But I think the Knicks is going to be there. I'm not worried about the Knicks now. If Bridges, look, the Knicks is built to play the Celtics. Period. You know, like how in football you build a team. Like Arteta is trying to build his team to emulate Man City and to beat Man City. So he bought 7 center backs, all mobile, all flexible, all could play different positions. Same concept with the Knicks. They brought in 2 wing players to match up against Tatum and Brown, in Anunoby and Bridges. We can use Robinson against Porzingis. There's not a true matchup for Towns, so they got to figure out how that works. And then is Brunson against White. It's a good matchup. Or you put Robinson against Porzingis. Is Tatum going to match up with Towns? How's that going to work? It's going to be interesting, actually. Right? So it's going to be really interesting how we do it and how we play them. Detroit Chiefs Super Bowl. The Chiefs have more 1-point win than any other team. The Chiefs haven't been a stallion of people. They've just been winning. Now people would say, well, winning is everything, right? You just got to win. But Chiefs haven't impressed me. Baltimore, I thought, would have been doing better with having Henry in the backfield with Jackson. So that's a good tandem, but their defense got to improve. But I've not been, Mahomes find a way, the Chiefs find a way, but they haven't been impressive. Detroit has been impressive, and they have a lot of injuries. I think they have like 18 people injured, like a ton on IR. When you're on IR, you're not coming back into people. But most of them not coming back for the season. So, yeah, they have a good team in Detroit, but it's still early, people. Even though we're midway through the season, it's more than midway through the season. We are almost December. So only less than 8 and 5, 13. Yeah, 4 games left, somewhere around here. It's going to be interesting NFL playoff. Buffalo looks decent. Chiefs are always there. So this is AFC. Baltimore is there. It's going to be interesting. NFC, I think Detroit look a little bit at the pick of the pack, but you never know. You never know. But the AFC is where the action is. Yeah, Detroit backs this tonight. You know what? Maybe I should do my double watch along, actually. I could do that, I could have one on my left and the Knicks on my right, which is more important. I should do that. I was going to watch the Knicks on 2 different channels, but I think I'll do that, actually. Let me see if I can find the Packers game. NFL Network, I think it is. My TV doesn't want to come on over here. We're looking forward to the Knicks tonight. Playing well is the most important thing. Josh Hart is pushing the ball up the floor at every single moment. Brunson, everybody can shoot the 3, That's another thing too. We bought wing players, so we have 4 players who can shoot the 3. And Josh Hart obviously tries, but that's not his forte. But we have 4 players who can shoot the 3. Towns, Brunson, Bridges, and Anunoby all can shoot the 3. Especially Anunoby from the side, actually. So it should be good. It should be good for the Knicks. Hopefully we can just put this game out of reach like we did the last game when we played against Orlando. That game was over after the first half, actually. So we hope we can do that again tonight. Not spend too much time, and then maybe we can watch football instead. But it should be a good game. Looking forward to it. Prime time. Is prime time TV? I should look that up, actually. Packers versus Detroit. Let me look up and see where the game is showing. So for Jamaica, all the Packers at 9-3. The Lions are 11-1. Lions are playing brilliant football. They were good last year, but they carried over this year. And they have a no-nonsense coach. Detroit was good last year, and they have a no-nonsense coach. So, the game is on right. Why? We're to watch Packers versus. What is Packers versus Lions. See, sometimes people, it says Amazon. Okay. I'm sure I can find it someplace. Let me go to my Amazon account. I don't think I've ever watched a game on Amazon, which is interesting. Maybe this is the first night I can do so. I have not watched a game on Amazon, even though I have the right to do so. Interesting. So we have national anthem for the next game. Only because Melo isn't playing. Okay. The Packers win tonight. Packers. Now, why am I seeing? Okay. I think I'll watch both games, but I'm going to talk about the next game more than the Packers game. I don't want to put my glasses on. I really don't need it, but I'm going to use it anyway. So, everyone, good tonight. We're doing well out there in YouTube land. I see for Jamaica, I see Rudolph Speed getting his acclaim today. Everywhere you turn, that says Jamaica Sports. It's all about Rudolph. So Rudolph is the man tonight. Or the man yesterday, the man today, and probably the man for the rest of the week. But good win for Cavalier Football Club against Cibao, Cavalier of Jamaica against Cibao from Dominican Republic in the Caribbean Club CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship. They won on away goals rule, 2-2 an aggregate, but they didn't give up a goal at home, and they scored one on the road. So that's how football works. Not like American sport. You have to win on the field outright. Can't be no difference in goal average or difference in goal difference to give you a championship. But parts of the world for football does it a little bit differently. U.S. would play until somebody get the win. I think they had Georgia. Was it Georgia? Georgia Tech had 8 overtime. Maybe I'm mistaken the two teams, but now Georgia's playing someone that had 8 overtime before one team won. So, but looking forward to this NBA season, people. It's been, if you're a Knicks fan, and last year we did well until we had injuries to any and everybody. Randall was out, Anunoby was out, Brunson was out. Almost the entire team was injured. You remember when Toronto beat Golden State in the NBA final, when they had so many people out? They had Thompson out. They lost, what's his name? Who's at Phoenix now? Durant out. You lose to your best players in a 5-man team, you struggle. So it should be a good game, and I'm looking forward to it. By the way, I'm going to be doing a show, if not tomorrow, this weekend, on which I talk about quite a bit. We talk about a lot, but I'm going to do a show on what I think the optimum Jamaican team need to be to win to get to the World Cup, which would include going out and recruiting some people, putting on a full court press to recruit people. And I think if we have that team on the field and they stay injury free, we'll definitely get to the World Cup easily. By the way, I said Tyler Adams playing for Bournemouth today. He was good. He was only going to get better. I see Jared Goff warming up. Remember Jared Goff got sent to the heap scrap? Where was he? San Francisco? Am I wrong? Or is he the Rams? No, San Francisco. Got sent to the heap scrap. Wasn't good enough. And now he's leading it. He's at 8-1. Oh, it's about 9-1. 11-1, sorry. So it's not always the case where you fail someplace and you go someplace else, you won't be successful. Does the coach have confidence in you? Do you have confidence in yourself? Does the system fit your style of play? That's very important, people. Does the system emphasize or allow me to maximize my ability? And Deuce McBride is shooting well, people. 53% from field goals, 57% from three-pointers. So his 2-point shooting is less than his 3-point shooting. And he's shooting 57% point three, people. That's awesome, I don't even realize how big that is, right? That's changed the NBA. People don't realize actually. Because you're saying if you shoot 57% from three, from a 2 point standpoint, that's what about 80-something% you're shooting. If you get 2 points every basket, that's a big deal. Big deal. So I just saw a thing come up on my phone. As I said, people, I jump around quite a bit. It says Biden is thinking about providing preemptive clemency, which I think he should actually. Because if it was the people, this country is going to go to hell in basket. I'm telling you. We have got to the point in this country whereby, because of where the Republicans have gone to the extreme, and Democrats have been turning the other cheek, Democrats have now decided that, you know what? We have to be preventing what we're doing. The thing about granting clemency to a bunch of people before Trump go to office, because you know what's going to happen. Trump's going to go there and prosecute them. So they're going to grant clemency to probably think about across the board, all those individuals who may be prosecuted by Trump or go after by Trump. And Trump is just selecting his friends or the people who on TV supports him to head up his cabinet or a lot of his administration. So it's going to be interesting. That, people, it probably is a brilliant case of decline of an empire. If you could look through our history, from Roman Empire back to now, to the British Empire, to now, you can have clear indicators as to the decline of a country. And the US is showing some of those same symptoms, frankly. Let's see how it all materializes. We're here to watch the Knicks, not talk politics or social matters, but we always do. The Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets should be a good game tonight. Looking forward to the game. Should be a very good game. Should be a very good game and an interesting game. Let's see how it works out. I see Tom Thibodeau on the bench. Tibbs, as he's affectionately called, has done a good job with the Knicks. I thought he would have been fired already, to be honest. He's done a good job. Let's just put Charlotte away in the first quarter, people, and we can go to bed. Knicks win the tip as expected. Poor ball. Think he jumped the tip. His town, so go to Charlotte. And they're saying Goff has had 2 winning streaks of 10-plus game. Only other active quarterback to do so is Mahomes. So let's see how that translates into the playoffs. Because Mahomes keep winning when it comes to winning championship. He keeps winning. And by the way, Mahomes was picked about 12? So he wasn't the number 1 pick. Shows you how scientific the picking is or lack thereof. No LaMelo Ball for the Hornets, so this shouldn't be too tough for the Knicks. Their best player is not there. So, Sir Mike, who's your team, Sir Mike? I know Jargon says Cleveland is his team. Who's your team? I'll be trying to stuff, and he got stuff going to the basket. Can't take her from so far and expect to hit that. Josh Hart is just mad going to the basket, people. Knicks up by 2. He just goes to the basket with abandon. I'm also going to be doing some more basketball videos, actually. That's poor defense by the Knicks. 12 current. Do some more basketball videos. There's a lot to talk about in the NBA. NBA is suffering from viewership, though, which is interesting. I think they'll be fine in the playoffs, but people are not watching regular season game as much as one would expect, given history. Come on, Knicks. We need to put them away early so I can probably even close the stream down early. Put them away early. We can talk about other things apart from basketball. Do like we did with Charlotte the other day. And by the way, Knicks are in the quarterfinal of the Emirates NBA Cup. What America's businesses or teams do really well is they're not afraid to copy, emulate, look at what's working in other industries or their own industry, and leverage it to increase and improve and enhance their product. A lot of people just stick with the old way of doing things. They do a better job of that. They do a very good job of, they're not afraid to go play a regular season basketball game in China, for example, or in Mexico. You talk to people in the English Premier League or in Europe, they lose their mind if a regular season game. Because they think they're only hardcore fans and don't realize that there are people outside of their home country who are as much invested in their team as they are. But their view is that it originated in our country, so it's all about us. So very interesting. Knicks off to a slow start, but it'll get better. Cream rises to the top. No, I can't hear. You guys can hear I cannot hear what's on the TV because if I play it, people, then it's an issue for me because I would be violating copyright rules. So I can't play the sound in the background. Apparently, Salon from the Hornets has hurt himself. So he's out of the game. Brilliant move by Anunoby. That's a goaltending. Okay. It's a goaltending. Brilliant move by Anunoby. I think one thing the Knicks have done this year, bless up Night, thanks for joining. One thing the Knicks have done this year, he's going back to the locker room, the Charlotte player. One thing the Knicks have done this year, which they may not have done in the past, now Brunson was much more of a ball hog, actually. And his assist numbers were not, they're pretty much up this year because he has better offensive players. So the team is moving the ball more than they have in the past, which is really helping with the number of assists and creating easy buckets. Charlotte is running Knicks. Charlotte up 11-4. I think the Magic were up like 14-6 or something. Knicks started off slow. They're not going back on defense. So not a good start. Down by 7 early, but it's early. Very, very early. See LaMelo Ball, he's not playing, but he's out there cheering his team on. If you just join us, we are watching both the Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets and also peeping at, I use the word peeping at the Packers versus the Lions game. Both very good teams. Both have winning records. Packers are 9-3. Lions are 11-1. They look very, very good this season. So we'll see if Goff takes him to the promised land, or if he, I wouldn't say choke, but if he's, doesn't achieve that objective. So, Nye, how long have you been a Knicks fan? Don't tell me you like Sir Mike. Sir Mike didn't tell me what Sir Mike may have left. Sir Mike hasn't told me what team he supports. Like, Jargon said he supports his team, which is Cleveland. So I assume he lives in Cleveland. What team do you support, Nye? And are you a New Yorker? I think New York probably has more fans on the road than any other team in the NBA. When New York is playing in Denver, I said when New York plays in Charlotte, Georgia, and Florida, it's like a home game. And even when they go to Denver and Chicago, there's a lot of home Knicks fans in the stands. I don't think I've seen that for any other team as much. Like one time, the Lakers were the very popular team across the U.S., so Lakers fans would be everywhere, and Jack Nicholson was all big into the team and going to all the games. But more recently, even though the Knicks have not won a championship for over 50 years, they still seem to bring out, because so much New Yorkers have transplanted, a lot of fans in different parts of the country. So it's kind of funny. I'm watching the Monday Night Football as I watch the Knicks game. They got 6 panelists for the Amazon. Well, maybe it's 5 and a guest, but it's a lot of people on the panel. Also, people, I'm going to be doing a show next week, hopefully, if I can get everyone, with a number of YouTubers and a special guest on the state of Caribbean football. So I hope you can join me. Should be a good show. Josh Hart is shooting too much. We're shooting bricks tonight, people. Bricks. Jacking up bricks. Wow. So they are what now? They got what 13-4. It's going to be 14-4 after this. We have started off real slow. Miller just abused Aniobi a while ago. Looked like he walked, but I guess that's not a walk. And he's talking too. That may not be smart. So Knicks are down by 10, and we're only 4 minutes into the game. Bridges, we're missing some easy shot. Bridges have a foul line jumper, and it's not even close. You keep playing like this, you're going to be down by too many. And we're not blocking out either. He needs another timeout. 16-4. We're not blocking out. They're playing with much more energy. We need to go to the basket. It's a small team. We need to go to the basket. Feed Towns inside. You try to show ball. If you keep shooting jump shots, you're not going to get any fouls. You're not going to the basket. Look at this. Towns didn't block out. Hart didn't block out. Nobody blocked out for that rebound. So Knicks are down 16-4. Very slow start. 4 points in about 5 minutes. Brunson shooting, averaging 25 points per game, 49% field goal percentage. Not bad for a kid who was on the bench for Dallas for years before coming to the Knicks. A lot of people are saying he doesn't deserve the money that he got, but hey. Owen said, let's go Lakers. Hey, Owen, I hate to tell you, their goose is cooked. They're not going anywhere. LeBron is showing his age, and Anthony Davis can't do it by himself. Lakers are not going to do well. Yeah, they basically got a two-person team. That doesn't work. I mean, Charlotte just destroying our defense. We can't stop nothing tonight. This may be one of those games where you just pack it up early, say it's not working, down 18-6, and they're getting scoring whenever they want, and we can't score. Towns, go down in the block. Go down in the block. We can't hit a shot. Go down the block. If you can't score from outside, and go down low. That should be a foul on Miller, but it wasn't called. He's got to play with more force. Bunsen has decided to do what Town should be doing. Just going to the basket with abandon. When you go to the basket, people, you get fouled, and they put the defense on the defensive because then they're getting foul trouble, and you're going to go to the line. If you keep taking jump shots and you miss, and you're not getting fouled, then you know what? You're playing into the hands of the opposition. You got to go to the basket. You can't always shoot threes. Got to go to the basket sometimes. I see at the game, I see Steve Smith's at the game. No. What they're showing. A couple of Knicks, former Knicks at the game. Brunson missed one. The Knicks are down 18-7. We're in the first quarter. We're looking horrible. I think the Knicks supposed to have 4 stars, you know. They're not playing like it tonight. They're supposed to have 4 stars. All of the 2 trades that they made, and plus Brunson and Towns supposed to be their stars. So Owen, yeah, but it's hard, Owen, because if you don't get it through the draft and you don't have nobody to trade, then it's kind of hard to do that. At least the Knicks accumulated draft picks, so they could do that. And Brunson coming alive. Knicks now down by what? By 8. We're going to come back. Not worried about it. Mr. Gooner. Hey, Gooner, you have never been on my channel, even though I haven't been on yours either, so I probably shouldn't say that. But Gooner, how are you doing? Cat isn't a star. What is all we doing talking about? Cat has been all NBA, you know. If you've been all NBA and you're consistently up there into the scoring and rebounding, you're a star. He's a star. Now there is, you know, elite, and there's superstars, and then there's stars. He's a star. He's a star. He's a star. Is Cat a star, Jason Gooner? You know basketball. He's a star. No, he's a star. He's a star. He's a star. He's playing like a star for the Knicks. He's shooting over 50% from 3-point range. He's scoring over 20 points a game. He's second in the NBA in rebounding. He's a star. No, he's getting his game back. He's been re-energized coming to New York. Because you know we don't have any slackers in New York. If there's slackers, we're gonna burn them. You know the press is. So. Whoa. Jason Gooner is a harsh guy. But Cat playing well since he come to us. Well, we'll see in the postseason, Jason. But now he's playing well. He's probably been our best player, you know, in the first part of the season. Brunson's not coming on, but When the season first started, when we were losing, he was our best player. He's cooled down a little bit because Brunson's now taking more of the load, but he's been good. He's been good. But Randolph, well, Gunnar, let me just say this, Owen and Gunnar. Randolph chokes in the playoffs. So we have to try something new. Literally chokes in the playoffs. Randolph 3 years in a row. He was injured last year, but he chokes in the playoffs. He gets dominated by better players. He got dominated by the Greek Freak. He got dominated in the Miami series. He gets dominated. If you look at I did a comparison early in the season between Towns and Randolph. Randolph stats in the playoffs went down quite a bit versus regular season. No, you know what? I want to find a stat. His stats were better than Randolph in the playoffs. You gotta remember, he was playing the 4. It's a little bit difficult playing the 4 in the playoffs than playing the 5. He was playing the 4 last year, so you gotta be tough in the playoffs when people are really much more focused and they're driving at you, and you can't defend out there. A little bit, but no. Cat was up and down the playoffs last year. Randall was just down normally. Cat was up and down. He had some very good games. Remember, Cat is the one who stifled the NBA's best player. Look at Joker versus Cat. Cat locked him down defensively when he was destroying Rudy Gobert. So even though Cat is not a great defensive player, Cat was the one who kept Joker. That's how they beat Denver. Cat was the one who get Joker in trouble, put him away from the basket. He destroyed Gobert. Cat was better than him defensively, and Cat was inconsistent when they played Dallas, because I think Dallas is a smarter team and more mobile team. But go look at Cat against Joker. That's how Denver lost that series. If you were to be fair about the series and assess the series. Who coached Charlotte? He looks young. Matt Bride in the game. So who's out of the game? Cat is out. Brunson just bullying people. And Sims just missed an easy dunk. All you have to do was dunk the ball, Sims. You're not going to do no reverse. You're 6'10". What was that? It's like 2 points to give away. Brunson gave him a nice assist, and that's what Sims. And look, Sims just gave the ball away again. Sims, you're joking. Get your head in the game. Packers are lining up to come out. Knicks down by 10, scores 22-12. 4:25 left in the first quarter. I notice nowadays people are trying to play Brunson physical, Brunson is like a linebacker. He doesn't mind playing physical. Sometimes the refs let too much go against Brunson. Yeah, Sims, if I have that size, all I'm doing is I'm getting every single offensive rebound like Rodman. I'm dunking everything. He's not bad defensively. He's just, with his size and mobility, because he's an athlete, he should be doing more. He should be like a Rodman type player, actually. Knicks down by 8. At the same time, Packers running out. So is Detroit coming out. We're getting out rebounded by Charlotte. I don't know why. And Bronson is starting to feel it. Something is interesting in life, people? Bless up, Lulu. Here's what's interesting in life. Conrad, bless up. Is that, sometimes I've seen this a bit in the NBA before, and I've seen it also in the EPL. There's some players who are very good players, right? But because they're playing behind an excellent player, they don't get the chance to prove themselves. And a perfect example is Brunson. Like, if the Knicks hadn't gotten him, and he decided to come to the Knicks, he would never be getting paid the way he is. He'd be a backup point guard getting 10 to 50 million a year versus now turning down. He signed a really favorite contract to the Knicks. He's going to be making about 30-something million a year. He could be getting a max of 2-something. But he would never be able to maximize his potential. That's why you have to take risks sometime in life. You can't just be comfortable. His ability to say, you know what, I'm going to go out there and play, and I'll go to another team and try to be the point guard. And everybody was saying he was overpaid by the Knicks because he didn't get even though he won at Villanova in college, he didn't get a chance to prove himself because a harbor shot at Matt Bride. Because he only showed his worth in the playoffs when Luka got hurt. Wow, Miller is filling it up, people. Yeah, but even then, when the year after, Jason, he still wasn't. It was when he played against like Utah and Luka wasn't there. That's when he actually showed his true worth. What is Sims doing? Pass the darn ball. You can't play basketball. What is he trying to do? He's trying to dribble and pass. That's what you do, Sims. Your job is just to set screen. I don't know what he's trying to do. I'm trying to dribble and pass like he can play basketball. You ain't no basketball player. You're a big, tall man who take up space. Think about the game, coach. Dribbling and trying to make pass like he's a basketball player. That's not what you do. That's ridiculous. You're a big log out there to take up space. He's trying to dribble and make pass, but you don't have in his repertoire. And then Miller is killing us, people. He's probably going to score 60 tonight. I have no idea what Sims is doing. Stay in your lane, Sims. Stay in your lane. The Guardians always sold out. And when we get killed every year. Sims, people, when you're playing a sport and you know what your ability is, don't try to overdo it. We're down by 12 because Sims just gave away a basket when he's just trying to do something he can't do. You can't dribble. You can't pass. You block shots and you rebound. That's what you do. And he said picks. I know. He's not a basketball player. What are you trying to do, Sims? Jason, I don't understand that a while ago. I'll take him out of the game. Hey, Claudine. Hey, Claudine, I'll beat you, Claudine. I'm going to beat women in Claudine. I'll beat you. Because people, I must say this about Claudine. We're going to digress a little bit. If I say I'm into Kaheem Dixon and I'm into Cephas and I'm into what's his name? The kid that plays center for Cavaliers. I'm having a senior moment. Claudine beat me, right? And all of them are playing well, by the way. And if I criticize Antonio, Claudine lose her mind. The only thing we agree upon is Rabo, frankly. So I'm doing a show tomorrow, people. I'm picking my optimum team for the Reggae Boys. If we recruit well, I know people like Claudine won't like it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Pick my optimum people. And Claudine gonna hate my team. But I may do a show on that, just on that tomorrow. A team that I think would be guaranteed to go to the World Cup. King, yes, Lulu. King I'm thinking about. See, I had a senior moment. Thank you. Thank you for saving me. I remember the name Richard, but I couldn't remember the last name. Knicks are going to win this game. They're down by 10. They're winning this game. Trust me. Come on, Matt Bride. You shoot 57% from 3. Pass the ball up, take a pick, and then shoot. You need to get the ball inside of Towns. He has a little man guarding him. Towns has them little. He's like 4 inches taller than anybody. Just throw the ball in the low post, Towns. Pump, go baseline, and score. And by the way, Claudine, Arsenal are a big team. So it would be, hey, Claudine, all those Man U fans like Drew Ross and 43 Preston, all of them will come out and they're going to beat us. You know how quiet they were the other day? And by the way, I didn't beat my chest. I was very humble. Even though I'm hearing nowadays, people like Oral Tracy, humble is a bad word. Because you're not being confident and you're not being, I'm going to put it this way, you're not being arrogant Jamaican. But now I'm very calm, very collected, very appreciative. My team is 7 points behind Liverpool. Hey, them lose one of a game and a half, then we win, people. People get tight enough. When it get close, people get tight. We have been in front 2 years in a row, so we know what it is. We know what it is. Nothing but net by Towns. Tell you winning this game, we're down by what? 5? The race is not for the swift, but for those who endure it to the end. Not for front runners. It's for sustained performance. It's about quality and class. They're starting to miss now. Claudine, with her eloquence and criticism, sometimes cranky, but you only critique Anthony because he said Arsenal. No, I'm criticizing because he scored 1 goal all season. So I'm criticizing him. He ain't scoring. He scored 1 goal for his club team, and I think he scored what? 1 for us? 2 for us, actually. He scored against Ecuador and he scored a penalty. He ain't scoring. He's a forward. We have a 20 games scoring 3 goals. 1 in 7 average ain't doing it for me. And by the way, I'm going to pick my team tomorrow, people. He ain't in my team. Let me just say that right now. He ain't in my team. You hear me, Claudine? He's not in my team. I'm picking my team tomorrow. There are a bunch of exclusions out there, people. They might tell me tomorrow. I'm picking my optimum Reggae Boys team. Definitely. I'm doing a show tomorrow on that. I may do it in the afternoon, actually. Here comes the delusion. I'm picking my optimum Reggae Boys team. And some people are not in it. I think that team can get us to the World Cup and create some noise, actually. Yes, it's going to be delusional, but hey, I'm delusional. And you having a man in your team not scoring goals is delusional, Claudine. If you're a forward who ain't scoring, you talk about, well, he does other things. He ain't doing his main job. Yeah, he runs around and he bullies people. Does he get assists? No. Does he score? No. He's a forward, right? Yes. What's he doing on the field? Well, he's running the channels and no ball is coming down the channels. No balls are coming down the channels. He's running the channels. He runs the channels well. Claudine, by the way, Claudine, I watched Antonio play at I'm not beating Antonio, by the way. I like Antonio as a player. I watched him play a game for West Ham against who they played the other day and they lost the game. And you know what they did to Claudine? They had him on the bench. They had 2 wingers and a center forward on. Danny Ings was playing at center forward. And Bowen was right wing, and I think Kudos was left. And they had to make a change to take off Danny Ings. They put on Somerville. Put on another winger. They put him on. Okay, you know what? He ain't scoring. And they want scores on the field. But anyway, we're going to talk basketball. I'm just giving Claudine some lessons and help her with her thought process in football. They put on a winger who they bought from Leeds for him. And then put Bowen inside, put another winger inside. Then put him on the field. And when they were down, and it was like 60 minutes in, they put him on because they were desperate. I'm glad you realized that, Claudia. I do not know if I agree with you. I don't know football, but I like to talk about it. So I don't know it, but I like to talk about it. So thanks for forgiving me. I appreciate the forgiveness. I'm glad to see though that my protege Dixon in the under 21 is scoring goals, 6 goals in 2 games. I'm glad to see that. Even playing against pub teams, still 6 goals in 2 games. We'll see how that works. And I hear Cephas doing really well where he is too. I think Cephas is going to be a big deal for Jamaica actually. And I think the coach is realizing that. Knicks down by wait. Knicks is tied at the game. Knicks were just down by how much? Like 12? Because class matters. Class matters, people. Class matters in sports. And Knicks are just a better team. Knicks now down by 3. We should take the lead by halftime, I would think. Hart hit a 3. Yeah, it's a good omen. Jared Goff is throwing, completion rate is 72%. That's awesome, actually. 6 touchdown, no interception. Very important. West Ham is nuts. They like their forward to score goals, and they're losing. If you don't score goals, you can't win. You can only draw. That's the best outcome you can get. So they're not delusional like Claudine. They want to win. If you just join us, we're watching the Knicks versus Charlotte game. You can never tell given the conversation we're having, but Knicks are down by 2. Knicks were down by a double digit at one point. That was a good shot by Matt Brady, missed. But they should win this game. Charlotte missing their best player in LaMelo Ball, so. Charlotte shooting the 3 well, though. They're not by 5. By the way, people, you just come into the chat, hit the like button. I'm trying to get more basketball fans on my channel, not just Reggae Boys fans. We're missing some chippies at the basket. And Yobi just made a very good play and didn't finish at the rim. So now we're down by 7. We're just tied a while ago. Packers are at the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, the Lions at the 30-yard line playing against the Packers. So we're going to go football now, so we're passing basketball. Lions running the ball. First down. I think they got about 3 on that. You see that, Claudine? Sifa scored a goal in the cup running from his own half. You hear that, Claudine? Track stars playing football. There's only one level when you play. Well, you're right. It's probably League One under 21 actually. But at least he's scoring. He scored 6 goals in 2 games, so that's good. You can only play against the level you're at, you know. And see what Jason Gooden said about CFAS? I have to look that up actually. I wonder if it's on YouTube. If I can put it up and show it to Claudine. They don't tag me. I'm gonna look it up. CFAS. See if I can find where CFAS scoring. I'm a CFAS fan, by the way. Even though he doesn't play with his head, he plays with his feet most times, but I'm a CFAS fan. I put in CFAS goal. I don't see it though. I see a CFAS goal, but I don't think that's the one. So ball came over, he controlled on his chest and put it in. To me, CFAS was Jamaica's most dangerous player in the last window. Sometimes to himself, but he was dangerous. Here's my philosophy, Claudie. I don't disagree with you about the levels people play at, what that entail. But what's also important is if you're not producing, if you're playing at a high level, you're not producing, I'm not sure what level you can produce at. I don't know what. Before the game, stop that nonsense. Arsenal is second in the league, people. How are we delusional? We have come, second in the league like 2 years in a row, right? We haven't lost to Liverpool or City in a while. When last we lost to Liverpool and City? And they're the 2 best teams in the league. No, we are good. This year, we had 3 games where we were playing with 10 men and we haven't won any of those games. That's the difference in our season. Detroit has a first down. Good run by the running back for Detroit. Not at all. I'm not delusional at all. I think what's delusional is the concept and the idea that we should keep playing people who are not scoring. No wonder we keep on struggling. I think you got to give other people a chance to play. Can't keep playing this. Can't keep doing the same thing, getting the same result, and you don't learn from that. So some people in Jamaica would say Cranky is biased because he's the only one foreign players, and the people overseas say Cranky don't know football because he only want local players. Well, make up your mind now. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. And I say Cranky is objective, impartial, and only wants the best for the team. Just like with the Knicks. Knicks down by 5. Charlotte hitting the threes though. We can't. Look, people, Brian, when you go in, you gave up a 3 a while ago. There's no reason to jump at the shooter. Stay in front of him. That's all. Oh, Achoa is back in the Achoa is in the game. He's back from injury. So we have a little more size on the court actually. And he scored 12 points last year. Shooting 50%. So we have another body back. We're waiting for Robinson. She's supposed to come back next month or early January. Then we'll have our full complement of players. Hello, here comes the Knicks. So I have some life lesson, people. I have a life lesson. Today was it today or yesterday? I didn't check my pockets for one of the sweatpants I had, and I had my car keys in it. And I washed my car keys in my sweatpants. And because I was doing a show, I didn't take the key, open it up, and dry out the water from it. And let's just say it didn't work out well. So today, this afternoon, I spent time at the shop trying to get them to reprogram my key. And the key's basically, it's half dead. It's not fully dead. It's half dead. Okay, thanks, Jason. So my suggestion to you, if you ever wash your key in your pants like I did, you dry it out, take the battery out, cool down as much as possible, because the electrical circuit can die or be corrupted if you don't do so quickly. They have some other way of trying to address it, but I think that's the best way is to dry it out, the water. And by the way, I not only washed it, I dried it in my pocket too, so that wasn't good. All right, so Jason sent me Sifa's goal. So pick the ball up just as hand and a half. Oh Lord, people. Hey, Jason, hey, Claudine, what's your number, Claudine? You ever see this, Claudine? Claudine, you ever see this goal, Claudine? Hey, Jason, big goal, Jason. Big goal. Hey, Jason, only a track star can score those goals. And the fans going wild too. Jason, Claudine, you need to see this goal, Claudine. You need to see this goal. This is only for Claudine, people. Only for Claudine. Claudine, you need to see this goal. Thanks for telling me, Jason. I'm gonna see if I can play it on my. You know what? I'll play it on YouTube. Go tag me. But Claudine, 347-728-8625. Claudine, text me a number, and I think you did once actually, but I don't have it. Text me a number, and I'm gonna send you this goal. You need to see it. Quality goal, Jason. Quality. You know what? I'm gonna send this before the game. Quality. I don't think any Trinidad player could score a goal like this, by the way. If you're watching the game, people, between the Knicks and the Hornets, which is what we're here for, Knicks are down by 6, but I don't have any qualms about us winning this game tonight. We're down by 6, but I'm pretty confident because quality will take its place like it normally does. And my big man is shooting well as he normally does. Quality goal, people. Hey, Jason. I keep telling people that, Jason, if the kid just used to learn to use his head, he's a dangerous football player, people. When you have that kind of speed, he has track speed. It's hard. If you play smart, it's hard to keep up with. Oh, my big man is going between the leg behind the back. Wow. He needs to go on the post, though. I tried to read a bad pass. That pass was not a good pass. That pass was never there. Quality goal. Let me do this. I'm gonna send this goal on. Hey, Sifa's goal. I want to have this league, because I tried something with the French league, and they call YouTube on me, call the police on me. I had to take it down. I did something to Mason Greenwood, and they called the police on me. And as the police, I mean the YouTube police, not literal police people. Don't take it literal. Charlotte shooting the three well. They're not by 7 again. They're shooting the three really well. We got to tighten up our perimeter defense. Can't be on the perimeter just allowing them to shoot so freely. And Josh Hart hitting threes. Josh is getting a better shooter now. Getting better and better every day with his shooting, which is good thing for the Knicks. That goal is ridiculous by Cephas. I'm telling you, ridiculous goal. Yeah, I'm gonna play tomorrow, by the way, because I gotta make my case for why some people should be my team. So I'm gonna play tomorrow. That's a hint. I'll play tomorrow. I'm gonna get so much beaten for that team. It's ridiculous. A lot of beaten people. You know, Jason, if you have midfielders who has the ability to play the ball between the line, I'll just play the ball over the top with a good enough quality on it, and he runs and he can run onto it. It's carnage for the defense. Carnage for the defense, people. If you ever have midfielders can pass the ball behind the defense, I give him a chance to get to the ball before the defender. Because the defender's ahead of him, not racing out, Jason. The defender had no chance. Defender had zero chance. He's that quick. And he's been showing more of that. When he played against the US in the Nations League, and then we could have won that. We could have won that Nations League, you know. Cephas missed that sitter against Turner. Before the game, isn't that ridiculous before the game? You can't make up that kind of speed before the game. Let me hear before the game whose analysis I sometimes respect. I say sometimes because sometimes he Trinidadian comes out of him, but most times he has Jamaican in him. Before the game, what's your view on that goal? It's a ridiculous goal, isn't it? You can't make up that kind of speed. It's a ridiculous goal. So Claudine need to see it, people. Claudine. We're here watching two watch-alongs, people. Packers, Detroit, but I'm not focused on that. Focus on the Knicks. Knicks having a hard time with Charlotte, but they'll come through in the second half. I'm trying to find if I have Claudine, because Claudine need to see this. I don't have Claudine's number. Thought I had it here someplace, but I don't. Hey, if Cephas start playing football with his head, he's going to go to the highest level. Let me just say that. Cranky making this prediction, people. This is my prediction. Okay, before the game. See, before the game, who's a good football analyst, even though he's a YouTuber, and you know YouTubers don't know anything about football, but he's outside of YouTube too. Very good. He thinks the goal is ridiculous. I mean, look how far he's coming from. Look where the defender is, and he ran around him. He put the ball around him and ran around him, and the guy couldn't get back to the ball. Is the defender. If you just join us, as I've always said, I talk a lot of different sports during watch-alongs. We're watching the Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets. As I said before, I'm going to do much more basketball going forward, since the regular boys are no longer in session, except when they play for the club team. I'm going to probably do some NFL. My Knicks, Hart and Brunson have 34 points between them, shooting 10 of 13. Rest of the team 6 of 15. So Aniobi needs to improve, Bridges, and also Towns need to go back in the low post. Charlotte has a small team. Why isn't my coach Tibbs telling him to go down low? They can't guard you down there. I don't know why he's not telling him that. Claudine, if you're still in the chat, Claudine, please text. I'll put my number thing up, Claudine. Please text me so I can send you Cephas goal. Because I gotta give you a hard time, Claudine. None of our wingers could score a goal like that. They could score a goal, but not like that. There's very few people in football can do what Cephas did on that goal. Very few. Very, very few. Knicks are tied again with the Hornets. Come, Knicks, time to put them away. You're joking with these people. 51 all, people. 5 minutes left in the first half. It's a lot of points in the first half, That means not a ton of defense is being played. Brilliant play by Charlotte. Pulled Towns over and made the assist. See, before the game is saying what I'm. See, I'm talking about people. Before the game knows sports. He's saying the same thing I'm saying. You put him around a lot of midfielders. You put him around Ravel. Hey, before the game, put him around Ravel. He's gonna be Jamaica's leading goal scorer. I'm telling you, people. When you're a footballer, people don't realize this, and you have that kind of speed. It's ridiculous. Knicks are up by 2. It's all over. We can go home. They're gonna beat them on Charlotte later on this game. Quality matters, people. Towns getting used down below. Towns just 7 foot. All right, TM, that's what you're saying. You just join us. We're watching the Knicks versus Charlotte. Brilliant defensive play by Aniobi. He's such a good defender. Game tied at 55. No, Andre. I disagree with you. Hey, Andre, you're too biased. Andre, you're biased. I'm sorry before the game. You're biased. Yes, it's a good goal, right? It's a good goal. But I would blame the keeper for that more than anything else. I think it's a good goal. I think the keeper should do better. He's shooting from too far and didn't have enough pace on it. Look there before the game. The keeper is too much to the left. It's a good goal he scored, but the keeper is too much to the left. Now, I know you're partial on that goal, but no, Sifa's goal is a better goal. Sifa's goal is a better goal. I don't agree with you. Sifa's goal is a better goal. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you that. He's a better goal. I'm going to look at your goal again because I like to be fair, Sifa's goal is a better goal. I think you're just biased on that goal. Look where Sifa's goal coming from. Sivas could walk in the goal with his goal. That other shot, I can say the keeper is too far to the left. He didn't touch his post to see where he was, so he couldn't get across. It's a good goal. Don't get me wrong, but no. Sifa's goal is a better goal. I'm telling you, it's a better goal. I'm going to look at it again. I want to be fair. So you can't use one to judge. If you're watching the Knicks versus Charlotte, Charlotte up by 1. Bridges trying to bully his man down low. And that he has got fouled. So let me do it again. I'm going to look at both of them, actually. You know what I should do? I should do a side-by-side video. The Cephas has the ball. People, that speed is ridiculous. I think the keeper didn't know he was that quick. So let me look at the other goal now. So that's one. That's all the Cephas goal. Frankly, before the game, Cephas could have passed that ball. It was 3 against 1. He still went by himself. So I could say Cephas probably should have passed that ball. But anyway, he scores. It doesn't matter. So let me see your goal that you just sent me. When the Knicks played on Tuesday against Charlotte, they shot 100% from the line, 20 of 20. Because their center can shoot free throws. So if you can shoot free throws and you can shoot threes, and you're halfway decent in the block, recipe for success. Knicks down by 2 to Charlotte. I keep looking at the other game and I missed this goal again. And Aniobi's not hitting his shot. He's getting wide open threes and he's shooting bricks. Wide open threes. So let me try this again and look at that goal again. Oh, okay. I'll send you that goal. Yeah, Jason, I'll send you that goal. Let me get it to you, and you can see if I'm biased or not. Look, they're two very good goals, but I think I have the keeper being somewhat at fault for that goal, even though it's a very good goal. Copy. I sent it to you, Jason. If you just join us, Knicks up by 2 against Charlotte. Knicks were down in the first quarter, but have come back really well. But Charlotte is hanging in there, even without a couple of their best players. So you can give me your view, Jason, as to which team had a better goal. If you haven't hit the like button, people, please do so. I'm trying to get more persons to watch my basketball videos. Not necessarily, I wouldn't do a ton of watch along. Every time I glance away, the kid scores a goal. Game, Knicks up by 2 against Charlotte. It's a very good goal. I'm looking at the goal again. It's better than I thought it was, actually. It's a good goal. It's a very good goal. And there was more traffic there, but they probably are similar in terms of quality, actually. It's a good goal. No, it's a good goal. It's a good goal. I just watched it again. It's a good goal. I think the keeper should have been further to the right, but it's a good goal. Charlotte with an and one, 62-65. Knicks leading. Knicks need to put this team away. We're joking. It's first half, 60-something points in the first half. And Towns can sometimes get fouls for no. That's what I'm saying about fouls. If you don't foul somebody, foul them. Don't use your body and touch them and get a foul. By the way, the Lions are leading the Packers by 7-0 on Thursday Night Football. So what's your view on the goal, Jason? You got it? By the way, Jason, so Andre's biased in that goal, but it's a very good goal. Hey, Jason, funny about that, Jason. He does, Jason. He does. He does thank his mom. That's very perceptive, Jason. He does thank his mom. She gave him all those physical attributes. It's a very good goal. It's a very good goal. I'm trying to find. Okay. No, but he didn't start in his own half. That's not true. He started just over the half to the left. No, he's not. He didn't start in his own half, actually. That's not true. He didn't start his own half. The ball was passed him over the halfway line, but he had more traffic in front of him, right? And he shot from deep. Cephas beat the keeper. He ran past everybody. So he's shooting from about, I must say, just inside the 18. So it's about a 25-yard shot. It's a good goal. No, the keeper was out of position, Jason. He was look where he Jason. If you're gonna be no, he's to the right, so he should be more to the left, but he was too far left. He's too far left. I argue with people about that, you know. He gotta be able to touch the post. No way. Okay, let's see. Say coming down, he's to the left. He's to me, he's too much to the left. He's too much to the left. Because when you're that much to your left, you know, it's hard to go back right. It's hard to go back right. No, they're quality goals. They're both quality goals. Well, the thing about it that's similar is that they both had to go a distance to then get the shot off, right? Cephas didn't shoot. Cephas just run by everybody like it's a joke. Uh-oh. I got another one here. Let me see this one. I reckon the one you just sent me may be better. You know why it may be better? Tell me why it may be better before the game. The one you just sent me may be better. I think that's a better goal, actually. I think, you know what? I think it's a better goal, actually, for different reasons. I think this the one you just sent me is a better goal. So the first one wasn't a fluke then. The first one wasn't a fluke. I'm going to send this to Jason too. That first one wasn't a fluke then. He had that in his locker. So Jason was right. He got it from his mom. That's a better goal. I think this one's a better goal that you just sent me. No. It looks like it's something his mom taught him. Definitely. It's a better goal, actually, because of the placement on the shot, actually. I think the first goal, the keeper had a better chance to save it. I don't think he had a chance on this one he just did. You just joined me. Brandon Miller playing well for Hornets. He has 16 points of 6 of 10 shooting. But the Knicks have come back from a lackluster start to be leading the game at halftime. And this is not a football watch-along. This is what I mean is this is not a soccer watch-along. Knicks are up by 3, I should apologize. They're shooting 59% from the field, but Charlotte's shooting 56%. So nobody's playing defense, actually. Nobody's playing defense. Detroit put to the Packers. Packers are struggling. Let's see what the other NBA scores for the evening. This is what, Thursday? Mavericks leading the Wizards 93-69. Why does Washington have a basketball team? I know the Knicks have not been good. No, not been good. The Knicks have not won for a while, but the Bullets are no better than the Knicks. They have been horrible for years. Like, what about that team needs to sell it? They've been horrible. Draft poorly, play poorly. They've been bad. Cavaliers leading the Nuggets 101-84 in the third quarter. Knicks up 65-62. Thunder up 67-42 against the Raptors. And Sunday in the Pelicans by 44-42. Second quarter, Bulls 47-29 over the Spurs in the second quarter. And Kings leading the Grizzlies by 4 in the second quarter. I don't know why Washington are back. There's some there's some teams that play certain sports where they should just, move the team to someplace else because it's just not working. It's not working at all. So let's see the stats in this game that we're watching. Miller has 16 points. Missick has 11 points. Richards 6. 5 by Green, 6 by Williams. For the Knicks, Towns has 7. Bridges 11. Hart has 18, Brunson 19, and Yobi 8, McBride 2. That's it. Well, RR, good evening. How are you doing? Hit the like button. Is coming. RR. We're trying to get more people watching basketball with me, so hit the like button. So Jason, I sent you the other goal that he scored, which I think is a better goal. Actually, it's a really good goal. Quality. The reason why I think it's a better goal because he had to create space and get rid of a man. Yeah, he had to beat somebody to get that in the net, to get that around the keeper. So he had to create space, then take the shot. But I'm definitely going to be playing Sifa's goal at some point. That goal deserves, especially when played for Claudine. Glasses, yeah. I don't really need the glasses. It's not a need, it's a want. I like wearing glasses. Make me look like I'm studious. Some people don't think so, but make me look studious. Maybe I should just take it off. Jason, when you see his night, Jason, you're a night old, not Jason. You're younger, you're a night old. You like to be up late. I can join early, but I can't be up that late, Jason. And Spurs lost today, people. I don't think I've seen a game this season where a team got so many chances and put one away, just scored one goal. I mean, Bournemouth could have scored 6. Seriously, it was that bad. R&R, we score goals, R&R. Don't talk about corner specialists, because we score from other set pieces. And by the way, R&R, Gabriel didn't play. Let me just say that, people. We scored 2 from set pieces and Gabriel didn't play. Are you a Man U fan, RR? Are you a Man U fan? No, my set piece specialist who scored the goals didn't play that game, and I still scored 2. In fact, it should have been 4 RR if you watch the game. Cranky, for a second, when it's your free time, don't underestimate yourself. No, my time I'm busy. Today was a hectic day. I barely made it back for the show. I had to go get my keys program. So, you're a Liverpool fan. Okay. Well, you know what? You could have lost that game too. Because even though Newcastle missed 2 1-on-1, Gordon missed a 1-on-1, and Murphy missed a 1-on-1. So you could have lost that game. You gave a last-minute goal. You could have lost that game. Cranky, you and your best friend made up. Same him on your show yesterday. Who was on my show yesterday? Oh, no, we never had a war, actually. You mean 433? No, sir. 433 not having a problem. I called him out. No, before the game. So before the game, no, I only paid $100 for the keys. And it's 2 keys, people. So I was, before the game, he's referring to my keys. I washed one of my keys in my pants, and the other key was not working for some reason. Somebody programmed my key before it wasn't working for my vehicle. So I took my keys to, I want to say, a well-acquainted person that I know really, really well, actually. Good person who, when I have any car issues, I take it to him. He has a body shop. He's on, what's the name of his body shop? It's at 812 Remsen Avenue in Brooklyn. I got to recommend him because I'm going to give him free recommendation because he saved me some money today, too. And he engages with some people who are experts in this field. They came over, and I was at home, and I was like, I have a show tonight, so I can't. How are we gonna get this done? I gave him the car like early afternoon. No, in the morning actually. No, he's one early afternoon. Probably 9 something or 8 something actually. And I kept calling him, and he says he's called the person, the expert, come over. The guy didn't get there. The guy got there like after 12. And they were struggling to fix the thing because one key was all messed up, got corroded, I think. And when you flood a car and electrical parts get flooded and getting water, they get damaged, right? So he said they can't fix it. They have a problem. I called him. They can't fix it. I'm looking at the time saying, I got a 7:30 show. I may have to cancel the show this evening. But then I text him and say, when should I come by? And he said, okay. I didn't know what okay meant. So I took an Uber over there. I'm like, I need to get my vehicle. Because it had started, but it was started manually. Right? You can start your car when your key's damaged. We still have some life in it. You can press the the brakes and press the key on the engine starter simultaneously, and it may start, right? That's one of the solutions for it. So I went there, and he said the guy fixed it, and he charged me. He programmed both keys. So one key, which is the official Lexus key, worked really well. The other key, which was actually the key that was working before, but it's not an official Lexus key. They just converted the key. It's sort of it's like a, how would I call it? I want to use some term that will get me in trouble. It works half the time. Put it that way. It works half the time. I'm gonna call it the handicap key, but it works half the time. It works half the time. But my car is working. The key's working, so I'm happy. I'm happy. And it only cost me $100. Because when I programmed the first key, it was $250 to do it. But the guy only charged me $100 to do it, so I can't complain. Can't complain. I said bandulu. There's no bandulu here. There's no bandulu. It's not bandulu. We're not in the bandulu business. By the way, today I was watching a YouTube thing. I seem to be watching more YouTube things than I did nowadays. And they were saying that I gotta get the stats first before I say anything on this. A lot of millionaires are not filing tax return, people. Let me say it again. A lot of millionaires, I file my tax returns. You know, I'm not a millionaire. A lot of millionaires are not filing tax returns. So with the IRS rule, if you don't file a return, there's a difference between filing a return and filing an incorrect return versus not filing a return at all. If you don't file a return, so let's say you get a W-2 and you make out the income, you don't file a return, it's a misdemeanor. But it's not a misdemeanor if you file a return and it's wrong or it's fraudulent, which I find interesting. I sent the last one to Jason. Okay. Right before the game, I have enough goals in. You see about them before the game. So these are all the games they've scored through their careers before the game. Is this all the goals they've scored for in their career? I didn't look at that one. So you saved up the 3 goals. Is that it? I'm gonna look at that goal. If you just joined us, we're watching the Knicks versus Charlotte. Knicks are up by a few, 65-62 in end of the first half. So let me pull that up. Before the game, people have a couple of goals, the only goals, and he saved them like his life depended on it. Okay, which is a good thing. Memories are good. You know, I'm gonna show the video. I'm gonna play it. Okay, that's one of the goal, people. It's a good goal. Did I say that one to Jason? I thought I just did. That's a long time ago. Before the game. That's a long time ago. So you saved all of them, didn't you? Every single one of those goals. Of the 3 goals that they have in their career, you saved them, didn't you? Boy, I tell you. Let me pull this up. Try to find Jason. So Brian Burke says, millionaires have enough to pay people to find a way how to beat the system. No, they're not trying to beat the system. That's what I'm saying. What they're not doing is filing returns at all because of misdemeanor. So the penalties to me doesn't make any sense, which is if I don't file one at all, it's a misdemeanor. But if I file it and it's wrong, or if I file it and it's fraudulent, then you know what? I get myself in trouble. Which I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that logic. But they say it's thousands of people, by the way. I think it's like 25,000 people. And when they had about maybe 1/5 of those filed, they collected over a couple $100 million. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird, actually. Don't follow that rule, people. File your tax return. You remember someone else? You guys remember when I first started my channel Somebody came in my channel talking about you don't have to pay taxes and all that stuff. People just say we don't have to pay taxes, and they were adamant, and I'm wrong, and all that, and I disagreed. And well, let's just say I didn't convince them. They realized after they sent me certain information that they were dead wrong. They don't need me. They need a lawyer. I gotta pay taxes, people. Uncle Sam doesn't play. This is not some other developing country where you can get away with stuff. You ain't getting away with nothing. Uncle Sam don't play. They catch up with you. You may get away with it for years, but they catch up with you, you're in trouble. Interest, penalties, all sort of stuff. Lawyer fees, you don't want that. Accounting fees, you don't want that. Pay your taxes. There's nothing wrong with tax avoidance to the tax strategy. There's something wrong with tax evasion. Big difference. Big difference. Big difference. You avoid it because that's legal. You evade it, it's illegal. So pay your taxes, people. Yeah, Jason, it's a brilliant goal. It's a brilliant goal. But it's from 2000, so don't get excited, Jason. It's from 2000. Well, it's not 2000, but it's like, isn't that like 10 years ago? When they were like 11 or something? It's against a good team too, by the way. That goes against a very good team. We're watching the game between New York and Charlotte. Knicks up by 3 in the second half. A minute plus in. Knicks not playing that great this evening. Yeah, probably. Or maybe 2019 or 2018, somewhere around there. The Knicks need to just put Charlotte away the third quarter. Miller is just using Anunoby. And Charlotte Kinnon's on the board, and they have a much smaller team than we do. They're killing us on the board. Now look at the rebounding stats. It's not pretty. Because when you shoot three, you get long rebounds, and that's part of the problem. You shoot a lot of threes, they get a lot of long rebounds. Towns abusing him on the block. 2018, okay. Oh, it's that far away. Okay. So 9 years ago, or even longer. It's a very good goal, though. Towns getting his shot blocked by somebody like 1 foot shorter than him. Come on, Towns, you got to do better. Next time, a bully Charlotte, which we should be doing in our game. Yeah, Miller playing well. No, it's the older one, JC, not the young one. It's the older one. No, JC, he wasn't 12. It's the older one, not the younger one, scored that goal. The younger one would have been about 12, maybe even younger. It's the older one. And they both thanked their mom, by the way, Jason. Knicks up by 4. We're in the second half. Charlotte versus Knicks. Detroit is beating up on Green Bay. And the Green Bay just fumbled. Yep, they fumbled. They're driving and fumbled the ball. What a block by... Who blocked that? Was that Anunoby? Has to be Anunoby. Has to be Anunoby. Charlotte is playing hard. They're just smacking Brunson around. And he looks hurt too. That's a big time. Aniobi's a brilliant defender, by the way. Brilliant defender. Green Bay was driving the ball well, and they turned over. Detroit is a very physical team. Knicks up by 5, should go up by 7 now. Come on, Knicks, put the game away. Stop playing with Charlotte. They're undermanned. Should be taking this down. So you're saying if somebody is his son? You're saying the person sent me a fictitious tape? Is that what you're saying? If you're joining us, we're watching the Watchalong. Knicks versus Charlotte. Knicks up by 7. Knicks have a full complement of players. Well, apart from Robinson, who's out injured for a while, long-term injury. And Charlotte doesn't have 2 or 3 players, and we just got to put them away. That was the same the last game of the Magic, who started off really well. And Yobi for 3. Pow! Yeah, we're going to put it away now. Yeah, so here's what happened before the game. So before the game, he's talking about people. You know, the CEO for the healthcare company, U.S. Healthcare, got killed in Manhattan. I don't think the insurance is going to be more expensive, but it's less about the insurance and about the protection. So a number of CEOs, they're probably going to have now is a lot of CEOs going to hire bodyguards, right? Some CEOs have it now. They get their own private plane. They got chauffeurs. What will happen is they may increase their security. What's interesting about that situation is he was walking by himself, which is interesting. But secondly, the person had to know his schedule. How would they know he's going to be out there 6:30 in the morning when he's traveling in Manhattan? That doesn't make any sense. So something fishy about that whole thing. United Healthcare, yeah. But normally what happens is, and I've been involved in some of those reviews actually, CEOs get a lot of perks. Some get planes. Some have 3 or 4 cars that they use. They have chauffeurs. They have bodyguards. They have a lot of stuff. In those situations, what you'd expect is, what's going to happen is they may have 3 people. It's going to be more expensive for the company. And it can be pretty millions of dollars actually between all you got to buy. Bulletproof cars, guns, uniforms, a bunch of different stuff you got to buy. In terms of protecting them. So it'll be interesting how that goes. What's going to happen is those who have security are going to increase the security, and those who don't have will get security. Because some CEOs don't want any security. They want to be normal people, but that won't happen anymore. And especially in an environment where, people are concerned about changing government and all that. Yeah, it's different. It's going to be interesting how that works out. But insurance also before the game will go up, but depends on what you insure, right? What are you insuring for? Do you have good transition planning and all that? That's part of the whole equation. What is a CEO worth to you? How do you quantify that worth? Interesting times. You know what? I feel so tempted to comment on that, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna just take the high ground. I'm not going to the basement. I'll be down the basement on that comment right before the game. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I see Latrell Spears at the game. Quite a bit of players are in Charlotte at the game, actually. Robinson's at the game. Bernard King is at the game. Bunch of ex-basketball players. Oh, they're at the Garden. Okay. That makes sense. See Bernard King there. I was Bernard King doing in Charlotte. Knicks up by 10. We're in the third quarter, 7 minutes into the quarter. Charlotte playing well initially, but Class matters. Class matters, people. Class matters. That should be a foul on Towns, It wasn't. Brunson need to put it to 13 now and just settle this thing. Put him away. Bridges deep. 3. Yep, I think that's going to be at 13. Putting them away in the third quarter, people. Put them away in the third quarter. Before the game, I have to tell you something what they say about I can't say this. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. Before the game, you just want to start something when you say that. By the way, people, I have a new song coming out. I'm trying to find a producer. I'm trying to find a studio. So if you know a producer in studio in New York, I want to make it official. I have a new song I want to bring to the table, actually. I have the lyrics. I need a producer to give me a good rhythm for it. And I think it's a hit song. So if you're in Brooklyn, you're in New York, Manhattan, you have a good producer. You don't have to worry about the song. I write my own songs. I just need a good rhythm to it, and maybe a dance. It should be a dance rhythm. Maybe Afrobeat would work. Actually, we gotta figure that out. But I think it's a big hit. Actually, I have to change the words obviously based on the rhythm, but I'm learning these things. You're watching the game, New York Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets. Knicks are in a double-digit lead. They struggled initially. They're up 77-66. And they just... Oh, Aniobi missed that? Okay, rebound and put it in. He wanted to get extra rebound. Knicks up by 13. Because class matters, people. Form is temporary, class is permanent. And the Knicks have a class team. And they're turning up the defense now, and Charlotte can't stick with them. And they're moving the ball well, which is good. And Aniobi is now finding his stroke. They're now up by 16. Yeah, putting them away. Charlotte should be calling timeout. What's the coach doing? See, that's what we talk about game management before the game. You should be calling timeout. Knicks on a run. You need to resettle your team. Come up with a set play. They're missing and continue to miss. Good rebound there by Charlotte. They scored 14. Knicks up by 14. But Knicks moving the ball, and Bridges has been very aggressive. He's saying, you can't guard me. I'm going to post you. You cannot guard me. He got fouled in the low post. Yeah. You cannot guard me. I don't care what you do down here. You cannot guard me. And I would agree with that sentiment. By the way, I think U.S. got to do a better job about healthcare, because healthcare in the U.S. is out of control. I have a friend of mine who went to Colombia to get some work done. Not a friend of mine, a friend of a friend of a friend, actually. About 2 friends down. And the price they paid in Colombia and the quality of the service they got is probably 10 times less than the U.S. Not exaggerating. It's ridiculous. Like, so they paid $1,500 or $2,000. In the U.S., it'd be at least $20,000. And they tell me about, I got information about what the service was, what transport. Now they got to pay airfare and hotel. But even with that involved, they probably pay 6 times less than that price. Ridiculous. U.S. healthcare is out of control in terms of pricing. Charlotte is struggling. Oh my Lord. Towns throw it down and a foul. Knicks up by what now? Is that 18 and going for another one to make it 19? What a move by Towns. Jason, you see how my boy Towns playing, Jason? That's how I wanted to play continuously. He cuffed it and threw it down. Remind me of my days when I tried to dunk. I didn't know how to dunk, but that he knows how to dunk. He cuffed it and threw it down big time. That's going to be on Sports Center. That's a Sports Center dunk. Wow. Dr. Dan said he went to Columbia and he was rich. So, Dr. Dan, can you explain, because you're a doctor, can you explain why there's such a differential between the quality and the price? So, not saying US doesn't have quality health care, but it does. But in Colombia, my view was the healthcare they got was comparable to the US, and the price was 10 times different. So why do we have that? Now, when you add an airfare and everything on the hotel, it probably work out to be about 6 times or 7 times. But why do we have that, Dr. Don? How is that explainable to a rational person? If I was Colombia or one of those countries, I'd be marketing my healthcare service. I'd be setting up a whole industry for healthcare because Americans would go there to get treated. Now the problem that you have for some of those countries in the US, something goes wrong, you sue and you're rich. In those countries, you may sue and you probably don't get much. It's a big difference, actually. Dr. Dan said, blame insurance company. If you keep the patient in the hospital 1 hour after discharge, we will have an issue. Okay. Yeah, I think Brian Burke, I think there's a combination of factors there. I think people are getting scared in the healthcare industry of doing certain things which are not okay. Yeah, I think the insurance companies and the medical companies sometimes are just, yeah, problem. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that. I mean, the patient doesn't set that, Brian Burke. They don't set that, so why would you deny it? It's ridiculous. Now, if they need to work it out with the hospitals. The cost of tuition? No, it's not cost of tuition. You're saying the doctors repay their loans? It's not tuition. It's some of it is inefficiency. Some of that is bureaucracy. Some of that is because of the compensation that you pay to employees. There are a lot of different factors that drives that, but it's way overpriced. Now, I would say this because I used to live in the UK. Not everything is free that is good. I'm gonna tell you that much. If you're in the UK, don't need a specialist. That's in shortage because you ain't getting that service because it's free. Down in the UK, they have both free service and they have private health insurance, right? But if you need a specialist in the UK and you're trying to get free medical service, wish you luck. You could be there for 3-4 months needing a specialist and don't get it done. By the time your injuries are so severe, you're in problem. So Dr. Dan said they even monitor the amount of time you see a patient. Yeah, but the whole industry needs to be revised totally. It needs to be a reset on the industry. Because your health is the most important thing, right? So it needs to be a reset. Medical school is too expensive. College on the whole is too expensive. That creates a lot of different, and that has knock-on effects. But that's not the main reason. It's the insurance and everybody's trying to make a profit. Yeah, I don't think healthcare should be a profit industry. That may sound terrible. I don't think it should be. The Knicks are just beating up on Charlotte. They're up by 19 and look like they want to go up by 21. Towns is just abusing them and showing muscles he doesn't have. Hey, Jason, see Towns showing muscles doesn't have? Knicks are not up by 21 people. You know the score at halftime, they're up by 3. Charlotte scored like what, 5 points? And they were up by 62, 68, so 6 points. And Knicks has gone from 65 to 89. That's a run. It's like a 20-something to 5 run. Because of anesthesia, put a wisdom to this 700. Don't use anesthesia. Get tough. Be tough. So, sorry to make light of this, but the US is ridiculous. Cause of anything, you go to the hospital. I took my neighbor to the hospital. He had just come up from Jamaica. He broke his hand. Don't ask me how. Boy, never get hurt in Jamaica running around. He come here in a more secure environment, and he broke his hand. And he was at the hospital for 3 hours. It was $5,000, people. Like, it's crazy. They want $5,000 for for a 16-year-old who just had to put a splint on, and a cast on, I should say, and they wanted $5,000. Crazy. Then you're gonna tell me about they got to put the cast on, you got to get X-rayed, you got to do this. It's too expensive, people. And that's why the U.S. is gonna. That's why the U.S. is gonna struggle, because in the U.S. a part of it is just cost, right? It's just personnel costs, whether it's salaries or whatever it is, it's personnel costs. Even the U.S. just get paid more. Yeah, I agree. So between making sure people eat right, exercise, live right, yeah, it's important. Yep, don't disagree. Knicks are just pouring out. What Knicks up by now? 23? Wow. 3-pointer by Brunson. If you just join us at halftime, people, the Knicks were up 65 to 62. Now they're up 93 to 73, it is, right? Yep, they're up by 20. I came out second half and said, no, let's just put these people away. They don't know how to operate against the Knicks. They're trying to double team Brunson now. That ain't gonna work, people. We have too many options. Yes, I would agree with that. Knicks up by 22. I may add some to this right now. Ochoa traveled, trying to do too much. What a pass by Ochoa to Aniobi on that previous score. That's a brilliant pass. He's gonna have the Knicks because he rebounds, he plays defense, and he's a little bit of offense, so it's gonna be good for the Knicks. Not a big body to beat up on some defenders. Packers are at the 10-yard line trying to go into score. Detroit is up by 10. We're in 6:34 in the second half. In the second quarter, I should say, not second half. If you haven't hit the like button, people, please do so. We're trying to get more people to do watch-alongs with me and watching basketball. It's my second game this week. I tried to do a multi-watch-along, which I'm not sure worked really well. Did the Cavaliers game, and I did one of the Knicks game. Knicks against Orlando. Well, Charlotte is in North Carolina, so that answered that question before the game. Before the game, Charlotte's in North Carolina. That's New York compared to North Carolina. North Carolina, I should say. No, it's both. It's both. Charlotte missing their two best players, right? I think they're missing Bridges and they're missing LaMelo, and the Knicks are a very good team. The Knicks have won 8 of their last 10, so they're playing well. And one of those losses was a while ago to Houston, where they bum rushed us. But no, Knicks are a good team. Well, that should be Detroit have an interception, but I think he is pass interference. It should be. Miller is starting to miss his shot now. He was shooting well before. Now he's missing. What a block by Aniobi. He hit that ball trying to go out of the stands. His defense is ridiculous, people. Aniobi's defense, ridiculous. He must have played soccer in his early days because he moved his feet really well. And he's from England too, so I wouldn't be surprised. He blocked another shot on the perimeter. He done blocked 2 3-pointers. Ridiculous defense. Man trying to get away from him. His foot movement is ridiculous. Yeah, doctors are. You got to stay healthy, people. Go to the doctor. It's ridiculous. That's the thing. That's the most concerning thing when you get more season to, is to make sure you have medical coverage. And Martin gave him the step back. He gave him the step back a while ago. It didn't make a difference. He still blocked the shot. And Iobi is an excellent defender. Let's hope his defense work against Boston when we play them. I wonder what the shooting percentage is against Aniobi when he defends somebody, because I think Green Bay just scored. And then Aniobi hit a three. Man, we're up by how much now? 98-73, 25 points. People, that's a 20-point quarter turnaround. Wow. We're in the third quarter, Knicks versus Charlotte at the Garden. Knicks are up by 23. Just got fouled. And Aniobi, this is Aniobi's quarter. He blocked 2 shots. He took a couple of threes. Taking over the game, causing mayhem defensively. And he's built like a tight end. I see Camby. This must be one of those games where they invite back a lot of the old players. I see Marcus Camby's there. It's a bunch of players who used to play for the Knicks. Excellent question before the game. It's a different team. The Knicks team with Patrick Ewing didn't really shoot threes, except for John Starks throwing up bricks in the playoff against Houston. I think the Patrick Ewing team was probably a better team because Ewing was a dominant player. It had a bunch of very good players. This team may have a little more star power in it in terms of the role players. So if you do a comparison, it'd be Brunson against Ewing in terms of where they are career-wise and ability-wise to the stars of the team. But that team was tough with Starks and Oakley and Smith and a bunch of other players. They were very competitive too. I mean, Jordan was a team and Indiana that gave them a hard time. But this team is probably better offensively, actually. It's a better offensive team. Because nowadays, basketball is about shooting the three, right? You can't shoot the three, you can't play. You got to be able to shoot the three. The defense then was different. You could touch people then. Now you can't touch anybody cause a foul. It was much more physical then because the Knicks were the Detroit reincarnated, frankly. I mean, Detroit that had Mahon and Lambert and Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. That Knicks team took over from that team. They were very physical. Yeah, this NBA it's less physical. You got to be able to shoot from outside. People say it's more skilled now. It's a different way to look at it. But yeah. That team should have won at least one championship. The year that Jordan was out, and I think the team lost. Oh, wow, what a shot. The year that Jordan was out, and the team lost to who we lost when Jordan was out. We lost in the final to Houston, I think it was. What a shot by Miller. That situation, John Stark shot 2 of like 16 for something like that in game 6, where we should have won the series. When you're playing that kind of game and you have a superstar like Ewing and he's playing well and you jacking up shots, coach got to manage that. You know, shoot 2 of about 16 in game 6. That wasn't good. That was against Chicago though, where Smith missed about 3 layups and got blocked and missed layups. That was game 6, I think it was. We won that game. We also won the series. So that team was very competitive. The Ewing team, the Ewing year, That team went to the final twice. Now, the second year they went to the final in 99, Ewing got blew out his Achilles, and that was the end of his career in a sense. And they could manage San Antonio with the Twin Towers, but Knicks had some good teams. So then the Knicks were a team you want to watch because they were winning. New York was buzzing. Ewing was playing really well. He had good compliments. He never had a point guard though that could break down defense. That's part of the problem. They had like Ron Harper and Mark Jackson at one point, and then Charlie Ward. They never had a point guard who was a differentiator. I think that was the problem with them. Because most of the teams that did well had a guard who was excellent, like a Jordan for Chicago, or in the earlier days, Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons, Magic out west for the Lakers. Reggie Miller played off guard they didn't have any guards with that ability. Yeah, that game 6 was hard to watch. He had about 3 lefts, and he's 6'10". You got to dunk that ball. Yes, that team lacked size in the middle, right? Camby was a small center. Ewing got hurt against Indiana, I think it was in game 6, and blew out his Achilles heel. So he couldn't play that series. And then after that, next year he went to Seattle, I think. Well, we traded Strickland instead of Mark Jackson. I think Strickland was better than Jackson. And Strickland could break a defense down. Jackson couldn't. And they kept Jackson because Jackson was a good soldier. But and Jackson can get an assist, but every ball you pass, somebody's an assist in the NBA. Strickland created real assists. And Strickland could go to the hole and break defenses down. But there were 2 small guards from an NBA standpoint, and they kept Mark instead of Strickland. I think they should have kept Strickland. They kept the wrong guard. Ewing could have used Strickland more than Mark, because Strickland would have created more easy shots for him. Knicks are up people by 25 points in the fourth quarter, when they only had a 3-point lead at halftime. The fourth quarter just started. We are only seconds in. And Ochoa is coming into the game and showing his stuff. He's glad to be back. He's been out for a while. Ross Strickland was a brilliant player, actually. Could get to the basket anytime he wanted to. And you need that in basketball when you want to create something out of nothing. You're going to break down defense and make it easy for the people around you to get easy shots. Mark wasn't good at that. Mark was a good floor general, but he wasn't good at that. At that time, Miami and Indiana were nemesis after Jordan left, but before, when Jordan little hiatus, he took off. So who you guys think is the GOAT? LeBron or Michael or Kobe? Who you guys think is the GOAT? Charlotte, the scores. If you just joined us, we're 11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. New York is up by 22 points. Josh Hart got his pocket picked. I hear this GOAT debate all the time. I don't think the GOAT debate is even close, but people have the GOAT debate all the time. I don't think I've ever seen a big man at 7 foot can shoot the 3 like Towns can. So Jason says MJ. Everybody agree with that? That Michael Jordan is the GOAT when it comes to basketball? I think a lot of the younger generation, there's a recency bias, think LeBron is the GOAT, but if you think talk to older folks, I think a lot of them would say Ochoa is scoring down low. Look, they've been on practice on offense in the offseason. Knicks up by 27. And looking to go further up. That's an amazing turnaround, actually. And Town shooting it from deep and way off. That was a heat check a while ago. And Charlotte can hit the side of a board. They start off hot, but they've gotten cold. They're not even cooled off. They're cold. Towns is now abusing them. That's what he should be doing all game. He's 7 foot tall with skills. He should be abusing them. Knicks looking to turn it on, get this whole game over with. The Knicks started out 4-5 in the season, won 8 off their last 10. They're 13-8. They should be 14-8 after tonight. I expect them to win 50 games this season and to be if they're healthy, to be a pain in the playoffs. And by the way, the good thing about the Knicks are like Arsenal in a sense. They're young enough to be together for 4 or 5 years and make a run, like Arsenal. It's unlike a Man City. Celtics are young enough too, which is going to be a problem, right? Some teams are getting older. But most of the teams in the East who are doing really well, Indiana, Celtics, Cleveland, Knicks, not like Philly, who has 2 lame horses in Embiid and the player they just got from the Clippers and George. So that's going to be interesting, actually. For Philly, they can't trust the Philly process. It's been a failure. Look at Philly's history. They should have had Jaden Tatum. They got Jordan folks who didn't work out. All right. They have Maxey now, who's good. But Embiid has no knees, and George is injury prone. They should never give George a max contract. I don't know why they did that. At least the Knicks were smart enough to leave that alone. Miami's not really young. Butler is getting up there. Adebayo is they're not old, but they're not good enough though. They need more pieces. Charlotte is just out of it. They just need to call up the dogs and just put their bench in. They're throwing up bricks. Charlotte has never been good, apart from when Alonzo Mourning was there. If you're a Charlotte fan, they've been bad for a long time, people. Bad for a long time. Apart from the Alonzo Mourning era and Larry Johnson era, I guess they two probably couldn't get along. They have been bad. Johnson came to the Knicks and Alonzo went to Miami. They have been a bad team for years. And Michael Jordan, he may be a brilliant basketball player and he's done well business-wise, but not in managing his team or in owning a team. He's been awful. Awful as an owner. He made a lot of money on the team, though. Picked up his billions and moved on. So you're saying Charlotte is a nursery? New York has been great over the last 10 or so years, apart from 2 years with Carmelo Anthony. But this is a good pickup by having it's a good pickup by getting a GM who was an agent. It's worked out really well. Knicks are up 109 to 83. Ain't no way Charlotte coming back from this. But having Leon Rose as an agent, that's why they got Brunson, because Rose was his father's agent and his agent. McBride trying to dunk, that didn't work out well. And Charlotte has closed it down to just 23. McBride tried something. Knicks are getting carried away, though. Just play the basketball regularly. Get the game over with. Stop being cute. Yeah, no, I had that before the game. I did a piece on that, and I had that dunk in my piece. But I had pictures of the dunk. I didn't show the dunk itself. But yeah, no, I did it from like three different angles. Three different angles. That dunk over Jordan. I think it was Jordan. Was it Harvey Grant? It was like three players in this slide actually. Yeah, I don't think he built anything. I think he just sold because the franchise just appreciate getting the popularity of the NBA, but he didn't really build anything. Knicks should win this one. No. The Knicks has won this one. Just gotta finish out the game. Hey Devon, how you doing? Good night. We're here watching football. Packers losing 10-7 to Detroit. Watching my Knicks up by 23. It's been a good week, people. My Arsenal team won by bullying Man U. Cavaliers won by beating up on, even though I didn't expect them to win, to be honest. I said that. By on Cibao. KC's in the final of the Manning Cup tomorrow. And my Knicks winning. What can go wrong this week? It's a brilliant week. Brilliant week. Hope that KC take care of business and get over with. Let's not play around with this team. By the way, we're talking about quota. KC has two Guyanese on the team, you know? And JC has a bunch of players of Jamaican on the team because JC's a foreign team. Thanks, Devon. JC's a foreign team, but KC has two Guyanese on the team. As you know, Guyanese play football, so they're a cricketing nation. But I think it's a good thing, though, where the Caribbean countries are bringing in players and kids from who are doing well to get them exposure and also to improve their team. It's Cavalier. There's no S on it, but I like the S. It makes it sound more sophisticated. It's Cavalier, as in being Cavalier. It's not ears. It's not IERS. It's Cavalier. That was Duncan's team, right? Way back when. You guys would know about Duncan. He died a while back. He died a little while back. Oh, their track? Okay. Yeah, but no. Two of Casey's better players are from Guyana. So we educate them, because you never go to Casey, you're going to get education. And we train them to be good athletes. You know, you must know you're big enough. When you start recruiting from Africa, you know, the track and field, you know. Surprise, we're not recruiting no African ballers yet. That may soon come. Casey and JC don't bend no extra rule. They're within the rules. If they bend the rules, other teams would complain and they would probably find a way to get them in trouble. They don't bend the rules. They know what the rules are. They follow the rules. They're giving opportunities to those people who need opportunities. That's what they're doing. I see Brunson is done for the night. Yeah, I was on the top. What happened to Cameron Payne? Is he injured? He looked like he's injured. He was injured earlier in the season. Not sure what happened. Knicks up by what? Still up by 25? No, 23. 6 minutes remaining. And Josh Hart, I think he's a shooter. It's the NBA now. You shoot 6 threes and come back in the game. So what's the score now? 91, so it's up by 20. 5.5 minutes to go. Towns just bullying them, just running over them. Bullying them and going to the basket. And he can shoot free throws, which is an imperative and a great thing. What qualifications are required to coach basketball? That's a brilliant question before the game. I don't know if any, actually. I don't know if any basketball certificate you need to attain to coach at any level. It's a great question. Most of the people who coach, they just have good internships and Yeah, but it's a good question. I don't know if any. Let's see if Jamaica make the under 17 World Cup because they're doing the quota system. So let's see if that works. I promise I'm going to talk about the quota system anymore. And I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Too many people take offense to me talking about the quota system, and nobody else is pushing it. So why am I doing a one-man band trying to push this quota system about Jamaica's football for junior age group when the under 20 did so really well the other day? The under 20 were brilliant. They only lost by 15, so the quota is working. No, I'm talking about Duncan from Cavalier, actually. The under 20 had a good quota system. It worked brilliantly. They only lost by 15. They could have lost by more if they had quota. It probably would have been more. If they didn't have quota. Yeah, so they did well. They did well. Quota system works. 15 love in 3 games. I know, Jason. I know. He doesn't support his thing though. Basketball is a different sport. You got to play within the rules of the game. I don't think most sports have some certification in them. So, for example, I don't think baseball has certification. Most sports probably don't. Probably baseball having performance and results. But in America, if you don't produce, you get fired, right? So that's the story. And the game also, it wasn't as historical as it is today, which is the game was very centralized into the basketball. Only a few countries played. It's been expanded over the years. So, yeah, the Lions are a good team. They haven't lost, only lost 1 game this season. So, Knicks up by 24 with only 4:40 remaining. Charlotte started out really well, played well in the first half, but the game is of 2 halves, people. Not 1 half. And Charlotte didn't realize that. Three-pointer by Charlotte from the corner. Down by 21, 4 minutes remaining. Oh, Curry. How come Curry does get more time with Charlotte? He used to get a lot of time with Philly, and even with the Nets. He's not getting a lot of time with Charlotte at all. He just interesting. Bridges' shot is just, I don't like Bridges' shot, actually. At least for 3-pointers anyway. There is no rhythm in the shot. There's a hitch in the shot, too. I don't know why you have a hitch in your shot. Curry again. Next down. Up by 19. Not a good look. Coach looking concerned, but it's only 3 minutes remaining. And he doesn't want to put Brunson back in the game. Same thing happened yesterday against Orlando anyway. Up by a lot, and they're not concerned. Bridges with a 3. That one worked. Knicks back up by 22. Just 3 minutes remaining. They should put in the bench now. Guess they're waiting for 2 minutes to do so. That should be the game right there. That should be the game. 24 points. All right, bring in the bench, Thibodeau. Give everybody else a chance to play. Call timeout and bring the bench in. No, the argument before the game is that you're saying certification doesn't make you a good coach. That's what he's saying. Knicks put it away. Knicks now 3-pointer by McBride. Booyah, back up by 27. Bring in the dogs. Take out the dogs. Thibodeau. 3-pointer by Charlotte. Knicks up by 24. 2 minutes remaining. So the bench is going to come in. Knicks making the people in the Garden comfortable. There is nothing like seeing your team winning big, putting away inferior opposition. And Towns just abusing people going to the basket. Every time he goes to the basket, he gets fouled. Yes, that he did really well, Jason. I'm saying booyah. I got that from what was his name that who used to say that a lot, that black commentator. I need to come up with a unique phrase for when good baskets. I'm gonna come up with a unique phrase. So both goals and baskets. All the phrases I'm using are old, repeated phrases. Detroit just beating up on the quarterback for the Packers. He's been under pressure all night. It's like a runaway train. You look like they look like the Chicago defense of 1981. What was the name of that defense again? That's led by Dearson, and was an awesome defense actually. Right now, it looks like Boston, to be honest. It looked like Boston from the East. They just have too much talent, and Porzingis coming back just made them difficult. They got 6 very good players, and a few other players are playing well too, so they're a tough team. I think us and Cleveland will give them a run for their money, but for us to make a bet, I'm going to say Boston, at least for this year. I think next year the Knicks will be. If Knicks can get Robinson back and Robinson plays well, so defensively we are much more assured, and we're shooting the 3, and Robinson's rebounding, offense rebounding, Towns is playing well, then we're a tough team together. Boston will have their hands full with us in Cleveland, but I have a feeling that Boston will be tough to beat. No, they don't have enough bodies. Indiana, still young, don't have enough go-to players. And Milwaukee right now, Middleton seems like he's a broken horse. Maybe it's a 2-man team. I don't see that happening. Cleveland definitely. Mobley, they have a lot of players. Mitchell, Garland, they have a lot of players. Very good team. They have a decent bench too. They're a difficult team, but we have a starting 5, and with Ochoa coming back and Robinson coming back, and we have McBride on the bench, we have a good team. That bench is going to be good. And Cameron Payne playing well too. So McBride, Payne at the guard. I don't know if Robinson will play. Hart may come off the bench. That's going to be tough. They may put Robinson on the bench at least for the inception of his return. Yeah. The West, Oklahoma, Dallas, to a lesser extent, Minnesota, Golden State playing well. Those are the 4 I see actually. Some of the teams like Sacramento did well a couple years ago. They haven't kicked on. They have not kicked on. I think Grizzlies also, if the Mercurial point guard get his act together, they're gonna be tough. Oh, I forgot the Suns. The problem with the Suns though is that Durant has been injury prone for the last 6 or 7 years. People don't realize that. And Bradley Beal, as you get older, your body doesn't react too well to injuries. So Bradley Beal and Durant, if they're healthy with Booker, they're a tough out. Tough out. Especially in playoffs where it's more isolation play, tough out. And also the Rockets going to be tough. They have a brilliant coach, Ude Duka. But I think they're young. They're going to struggle in the playoffs, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know why Charlotte not giving Curry more playing time. I find that interesting. Because he can always score. He can't defend to save his life, but he can score. We have 55 seconds remaining. Knicks leading by 125 to 1-on-1. The score at halftime was 65 to 62, Charlotte up by 3. So, and the Knicks outscored them by over 20 in the third quarter, and that was the game. Charlotte has only scored, 30-something points in the 2 quarters, while Knicks has scored, 60? That's the difference in the game. Knicks have offense, people, a lot of offense. Lakers not going anywhere, people. Lakers done. Spurs not there. CP3 trying, but no Spurs. Lakers not going to be there. CP3 not going to be there now. They're old men. Lakers are in the 9th place, right? The one team that is interesting is the Denver Nuggets, who are in the 8th place in the East. Clippers playing well on the Harden, but Harden chokes in the playoff. And Timberwolves are in 11th place, actually. They may not even make the playoffs the way things are going. The Randall thing haven't worked out. AC Towns was underrated. What All-Star are? When you say All-Star, for what? NBA All-Star team? Because there's the 2 All-Stars team. They're not East and West anymore. Game is over, people. That's the Knicks versus the Charlotte Hornets. The Knicks put a you-know-what on them. Game got turned in the third quarter. They were doing really well. It's too early on our to pick All-Star. Too early. I pick it when it come like January, early January. As it stands now, though, it's mainly going to be filled up. Well, it's distributed. Knicks, Celtic, Cleveland players with Giannis from Milwaukee. All right, everyone. I'm going to close the stream down. I appreciate you being here. It's a good game. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. I may be back tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing a show on the Reggae Boys, talking about my optimum team. If we recruit well, that I think would guarantee us a place in the World Cup come 2026. So you should join me then. I'll throw a thumbnail. It'll be later than normal, though. I have a meeting at 6:30, so maybe at 7:30. Type discussion. All right. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then it's Monday. Take care, everyone. Peace out. Cranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk, and it's free, yo. Cranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky Life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky Life, give me my Cranky Life. I want my Cranky Life. Must have my Cranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky Life. Tell them, Cranky Life. Heed them, Cranky Life. Want them, Cranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Life. Tune into Cranky Life. Like up Cranky Life. Subscribe to Cranky Life. Cranky Life Coming to you on weekdays, cranky life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky life, me say fi tell them cranky life. Me say fi heed them cranky life. On them, cranky life. Cranky life will be around. The cranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them, me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Cranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Heed, want, heed them.